Flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call please.
Jennifer McCart,
Here.
Alan Mullerini.
Here.
Approval of minutes from April 17th, 2024.
Motion to approve. April 17th, 2024.
Thank you. I second it. Roll call.
Alan Mullerini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCart.
Yes. Correspondence.
I don't have anything.
Reports, sanitary report.
Oh, we've been busy. We had 2 call outs because of storms, the emergency alarms in number 4, number 6, number 3, number 6. They had phone line repairs on 3, 5, and 6. Had some call box maintenance issues going on, maintenance with lift stations as far as the jetting and the cleaning. That's been completed, the surfaces. We had new high flow, no high flows in the mill. I spoke again with Greg this morning. He apologized, he couldn't be here, he had previous obligations. But again, he reports there has been nothing abnormal coming from us to them, so yay, raw air. Air releases have been, new air releases have been installed. We got a flow report for the area number 3 lift station. The new sensor has been placed in the number 6 area. We did another pump down test. Independent consultant, I had a look at the flow meter for the second flow. And he said, he gave me a price. Finally got a copy of the user agreement between us and the mill. I've never had one, so I finally got one. All lift stations have been cleaned out, all lines have been jetted. We found some manholes that have been covered up over time. I'll bring that up here in a little bit there, because we need to cut one of them at least grade to grade. Vacuum and pressure tested for phase 8 of the village. All right, it all passed. I don't have the numbers either, but by verbal, it all passed. I had emergency repair on lift stations 3 and 4. I trained the laborers, the street department to take care of the locates. We were having some increases in flows or some pump times. So we did some pump pulling this past week and cleared some of the blockages in a couple of them. And we're going to see if the numbers improve this coming week. We had emergency call out with this last storm at number 6 and number 3. And we had to get some parts in place, so. It is
Show and tell.
show and tell. So. Just kind of give you an idea on a daily basis and stuff I come up with or I come across, so. This is a phase sequence monitor. This was in lift station 6. Obviously, I'm not sure if it was struck by lightning or just a backfeed of the electrical circuit or electrical, but anyways, this monitors the phases of the lift station, all right, this blue. And then when the safety of that are these 2 fuses here, that also that protects the pumps. So it did what it's designed to do. Of course, I had to call out gas going on. This is nothing that applied to in a different lift station, different. But anyway, these are the things that we come across. So I've been seeking, this is stuff here that is, we call it plug and play. We can easily go out and change them if they need to be done. I don't have these parts in. I don't have those on the truck. They're $19 a piece. So I've been looking into getting these parts, and it's not the easy stuff to put on trucks, so that we can do that in less than our downtime for these lift stations.
Okay.
So just FYI what we dealt with. So this is what happened to number 6. It's been prepared, it's been fixed, and it's running great now. And that's about it. Now, here. So let's start with the top. I said that we needed a manhole brought to grade. So at 395 Rack Road, there's a manhole right at the driveway, the gravel driveway. There at the north end of Rack Road. It's been buried for some time. So we finally uncovered it. And along with the air release that's back on that property, that's been uncovered too. We need to bring it at least, at a minimum, 6 inches to bring it to grade. She wants to regrade her driveway, in other words, have new gravel put in there. And I asked her politely to please wait until we at least bring this up, I can get approval to do it. I seek bids from Mets, I seek bids from, Sutton, Luke Sutton, and that's the only one that came through with a bid so far. So that's the first thing.
Did you say 395?
395.
The paper says 392.
Oh. Okay,
I don't know if that matters. I thought you said 395, whatever.
He did say.
I did say 395 and I'm pretty and it's,
Yeah.
second driveway to the end. On Rack Road, north side. So you'll see it, I've got it painted green. So Mets is the only one that came through with the bid. I have not received anything from Luke. Sutton, and I called twice and asked if we can get that. Of course, it's like I send it to my people and they'll send it to you once you're ready. All right, the second one I got is from MB Controls. It was one to replace it's two bids. It's two bids in one. He just gave me prices as far as what's it gonna cost to replace the flow meter number 2. And that would be I'm sorry. The first one here, replacement level stack, training sub assembly and signal converter and estimated 4-hour labor. That's for number 1. Number 1, I am not showing levels on this data. I mean, it shows that it runs, it shows that it flows. I'm just not showing a level. And it's because this module that he says is not sending a signal that's supposed to be. So to replace all that, it's gonna cost just $1,803 to replace that. And now lift station 2, I asked him while I had his attention, hey, shoot me your price for lift station 2. I gave him the information and the flow meter that we are looking at. And he says that's gonna cost $8,705 to replace that. So definitely a lot better than the $11,475 that gas oil wanted to charge. So just so you guys can ponder that. And the
So
last,
we had that quote back in April.
correct, yeah, that's
Okay.
both back in here. So,
See, it's good.
I know, right?
and then, did I include this in your packet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so remember I told you we full pumps, so just to give you an idea of what we're talking about, and you can share with you what is, I have there. So if you notice in the green area, or the green that's highlighted, that is what our normal pump time should look like. All right, that 3 hours, whatever, that both pumps are running at approximately the same amount of time each. All right, that's to keep the maintenance down on the pumps, that's to make sure they're not overworked and so forth. The areas that are highlighted in yellow, you'll see a very significant increase in pump number 2 on stations 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Mhm.
And then pump 1 on 5 and pump 2 on 6. So that could be a number of things that could cause that. One being, it could be a clog, which we found in lift station 4. Lift station 4, the pump was clogged. So that was a miracle it was even still running. So we unclogged that, and the other 4 lift stations, we pulled them. The impellers are good, the volutes are good. I'm hoping it was just maybe a bad seat. So put it back into place. We're gonna let it flow for the week and see what our numbers look like now, so. Just to give you an idea of what we've been doing, so it's,
And you performed that recently?
yes. Without entering a hole.
Okay.
Alright. So we only have one quote for lift station one from this company.
Correct.
I mean, I'd be fine with that for the lift station two.
Yeah, I just wonder what gas bill would be
Right,
quote wise for the station one.
I can call them up tomorrow.
can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. And then, I mean, we can approve lift station two for them to do the work on the station two.
Yeah, I don't
If
see.
you're okay with that?
I don't see any reason. I make a motion for MB Controls to do the repair work to lift station 2 for $8,705.
Second. Roll call, please.
Alan Miliarini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCart.
Yes. And then we'll table lift station one.
Mhm.
Anything else on your own?
That's all I got for now. I'm sorry for that. Still under one.
And then you said Greg's not
Greg's not coming, but
representing him.
correct, yeah, so he's got a previous engagement, so he says that, he did relay this morning, we had face to face. And reports have been filed, everything's running smoothly, nothing to report.
Do you want, back to the raising the manhole, do you wanna wait and see if we get a quote from Sutton before we
Yes.
do anything?
Can you call him again?
Yeah,
I don't know who else we use, if there's anyone else.
I believe I think Shem had one more in mind, I'll reach out to them, okay,
Yeah, if you could, and if.
Yeah.
If no one responds, and then we'll just have to. Hope that this is a good price, I guess.
Okay.
For sure Sutton's very busy now, the weather's nice, they're a small operation, I think.
well, they're the ones that did all the village there and
Yeah.
everything else, I figured while it's in town,
Yeah.
you know, run over and take a look at it, or at least if they can get it done, so. Oh, and as per your request, I'm not confined space class, I did reach out again to, other vendors to perform it, and nobody will, I can't get no one to submit to a quote. So I did code red again, and she flat out said no. I tried, what was the other one? You got STS already. Code red, oh, SCI, and she said flat out, Joey said flat out no on the phone also. I said, just give me a price, I mean, it doesn't, they
They don't wanna do the
they don't
class?
use, they're too busy. It's the season. But I did, what you asked, so.
I guess I'm still trying to figure out like why it's all of a sudden like,
Well, it's not all of a sudden, well, I can see where you're coming from that. So previously, Bill and Rob were confined space trained because this job does have the potential of entering manhole. So whether it be a chain break, cable break, something of that nature, someone's have to go down and hook that pump and bring it up. So there is a potential for us having to enter these holes. So even if it's an accidental. So I mean, I got two lift stations where the lids do not open, what I like to be in a safe manner, which means they open up towards the control panel. They open up away from the control panel, so if you're not paying attention, take a step back, you're falling in the hole. And that's lift stations 3 and 4. So, the potential's there, and if we don't, capitalize on the opportunity, I hate for us to be in a bad spot. I'm just looking out for the betterment of the town.
I get it.
So, and if we get up to 12 people in there for that price, that's a steal.
How many 12 people? Like,
So
do
I'm
you have
just
12
saying-
people
No, I don't have
that
12
you need,
people.
like, I don't know who you
I
hired,
have-
but
I
like,
have 3 that we.
street department, they have 12 people.
I know, what I'm saying is
So-
that price is good for up to 12 people. So. I don't think anybody else will quote it that way, I think everybody else will quote it per person.
What was that number, do you remember?
21. 2150 for an 8-hour class.
Probably make sure I give you one.
Yes.
We have the equipment. We had the equipment for a reason.
What would it be for the other companies do per person?
And they
All right.
they won't even.
You don't wanna do it.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, we're not gonna put 12 people through it, because we don't have 12 people.
Oh,
We just need to figure out, okay, who's,
how many? Because then we have to pay them for that day.
Right.
And I could see where it'd be you and Brandon. I'm assuming that's who you take with you
Right.
and.
It's gonna be me, and actually, to be honest with you, and there's nothing against Brandon, Brandon's been great, man, the. Couple times that I've been taking care of business, he's been there and everything else, but it's gonna be Brandon and whoever's on call. Cause they have on call person in the street department, so whoever's on call that day or that week that's who I'm getting. It'll be Brandon, Michael, Andrew.
We're looking at 4 people,
4 people.
but we can't shut down the street department and send them all to the class. How would that work? Because it's a class held on a weekend. Then we have to pay them.
It'd
overtime.
be during we could do it during the week. And you were technically are not shutting down the street department if there's emergency arises where something has to get done, we can break away.
It's being held here.
We can hold it for
How long is the class?
8 hours.
8 hours.
We got a training with the fire department, we got plenty of holes here in town we can run the practical skills with.
I mean, I'm sure there's other days where it's raining or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's snow, the street department's there, but there's gotta be other days that they're just all day.
How long is the training good for, Adam?
1 year,
And every year we would have to do this,
4-hour refresher.
not just 4-hour refresher.
Coming from the guy who used to teach.
So if you used to teach it, aren't you already certified?
I'm already next.
I mean, I think it's a good idea, but at the same time, it's. 8-hour course, paying the guys 8 hours. Paying for the course, what if something comes up and they miss. Say 3 hours of the course, okay, how much are we gonna have to pay for them to come back
They're,
another day to make up
they're
for
pretty
it?
lenient when it comes to that.
Can we do-
If someone has to leave and take care of something, and this is 3 hours, I'm pretty sure. It takes no time to be down 1 guy or 2 guys for the 3 hours they need to make up, send them to Highland to where the office is, get those 3 hours and come back.
Send our people to Highland.
If they miss. If they miss them, That's where the office is. Yeah.
Maybe we can do like 2 and 2.
Yeah, is there any additional cost if they do 2 guys one day and 2 guys the next?
Yeah,
I don't know. So I would assume so because this is based on doing it in one shot.
Cause you gotta figure the third time. Cause then they're, you know, instead of them spending 8 hours, you're spending 16.
Right,
Right. Yep. So the benefit is we are in town and give some pretty good price. So there's the benefit. We don't have to go all the way behind. So and my next question is what do we do when Brenda and I have to go to our MS4 meetings?
you have Mike and Andrew here.
Right, but they're here, right, but you still gotta pay us for our time to go to the MS4 meetings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still getting training, but we're still doing our requirements and what we need to be done, and we're still getting paid for doing it. So it's, in other words, the cost of having to be there, paying us our hours and the cost of class. I understand where you're going with it, but it's like, it's the same as if we have to go do our other training too, correct?
I mean, I guess my biggest thing that I'm nervous about is having all you guys all in one class and. I mean, we. Can hope that,
nothing happens that day.
right. Cause I, again, I really don't want to send people on Highland.
Understand? If the benefit is also, I can probably plan this on the day in which there is not a lot going on. AKA on Friday. So we can put those duties aside till next week and stuff like that. So we
I
can.
didn't know you guys had a slow day.
So, but it's not really a slow day, it's just, that's the day that they use to catch up on things. That, like, if brush piles were way more than they could finish it in their period, and they'll go finish it up on Friday. If they get in and get all the grass cut because of a rain day or something of that nature, they go finish it up on Friday. If they didn't get this done on the other day, then they go finish it up on Friday. So that Friday is kind of like the catch up. And then there's nothing to catch up on that is, there's a whole list of projects that they gotta do. So,
I'm glad you didn't say sit around on Friday. I probably would have lost
so,
it.
guys, no, those guys do not sit around, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't care what anybody says, every time I'm looking, and I see them, they're out, so.
I mean. I guess if Rob and Bill were the ones that were trained, we have all the equipment.
Yeah,
Obviously, if
And-
somebody was certified, I'd hate for something to happen and then,
and one of my biggest things is we only have one quote. But if we can't
Again,
get
right.
other quotes, it's like, okay,
You just have to, how many do you request?
That was a total of 3, STS, SEI.
So then you don't have to get the quotes back, you just have to make.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and he tried twice with SEI and Code Red.
And this is since January. So, that I've been trying with them, so.
Scheduling wise, as long as we can make it work on a day where we get it all done.
Mhm.
Seeing that we can't get on. And
Yeah.
I think we have the equipment and the other guys were already trained before.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion for 8-hour confined space training for Adam, Brandon, Mike and Andrew. We performed on a day that's
Good for them.
good for their schedule and for the town schedule.
Okay.
And to go with STS.
Thank you.
I will second that. Roll call?
Alan Migliorini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarthy.
Yes.
I have a quick question, so let's say for whatever reason, one of those guys leaves. You know, before, and you hire somebody else, can that one person go to Highland for an 8-hour day and get that training?
Yes. Yeah. For a fee, of course, but yes.
Yeah, no, I
Right.
get that, I just didn't know if they, and do they schedule, like, could you join in with other communities and
Oh, yeah.
so much?
Oh, yeah, no, so,
Cost, yeah.
yeah, when they run classes, it's usually a conglomerate of contractors, companies and so forth that they'll schedule in one big class. As much as they can, usually run them, they have 5 or more, or 10 of them. So, then that's when they'll schedule them and get you in.
So that might be a lower price, I get it, cause it's a big price tag, you're seeing, might be less. Yeah.
Reach out to other towns.
Or just, I'm sure what they're doing is they're scheduling it. Getting people.
Yeah. Once they get their certification, or you all get your certification,
Mhm.
you make sure Nicole gets a copy of that.
Yes,
And to put in your file, that way there's no running around looking for it.
yes, ma'am.
Well, then you'll need a calendar for the re-upping, because if you're all getting the same day,
I don't want it to lapse.
you're going to expire on the same day.
Right. No. I already had the issue with the fire department, yeah, I'm on you.
Alright, over to you, Jen.
Okay, so he touched on it, but we did, have flow meters put in, we moved in a couple of different locations around the town. The flow meters are not in right now because it's starting to get to where it's dry. There's no point having them in if you're not gonna get rain. We started off on lift station number 3, we put it in a couple of different locations in that collection system. There were like 1 or 2 rain events that did show kind of a spike in flow. So that tends to tell you that somewhere in that collection system, there might be some I. Now, once we monitored that for, I don't remember how many weeks, 2 or maybe 3 weeks. We moved it over to lift station 6, which is, okay, so we moved it to lift station 6. We had some rain events in there, but didn't notice any spikes. So at least from that monitoring, that would tell me that we're not really getting much from lift station 6. We did not get to lift station 5 before the weather, got dry. So, once it becomes fall, if we start seeing rain again, we can put those back in lift station 6. So, I say he, because I think it's a small company, but he sent me data for the initial rain events. I requested the other data, but he hasn't sent it to me yet.
Okay.
So he had said to me in an email, yes, I need to get you that data. I understand that, I won't get paid until I get you that data, so that is kind of outstanding on his part to send it, but he did tell me in an email that he didn't notice much coming from lift station 6, so that was kind of, some preliminary conclusive data based on what he saw, so, I think that's pretty much all I had for.
Good. Alright, nothing under future infrastructure, number. Anything more?
Ready to move on, the phase 8 has passed, the pressure and vacuum test. So I'm just waiting on the data from that, so.
Okay. Alright, new business, approval of claims and purchase orders. Submitted. And we have this technical prepared for us. Well, we can get like everything. Is this everything from last month till two, that we,
I'm not sure.
this is 5/7, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so.
Back in April. Yeah. The things that we've missed.
Um. Yes,
Okay, everybody online and there's no one on the board that was on there, so.
yeah,
Okay.
I've never had that happen before.
Okay.
It just.
July 17th, August.
Brandon's gonna cover,
Brendan and the boys are gonna look at the house. Wow.
That,
I think that's it.
make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Roll call.
Alan Mullerini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarthy.
Yes.